Hello everyone and welcome to your Monday movement. Today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. So ordinarily I'm giving you guys more of a HIIT workout, a high intensity interval training workout. Today is going to be more strength based, specifically upper body. So you guys know that I am big on strength training, and I know sometimes that can be intimidating if it's new to you. But what I love about strength training is that you can challenge yourself, but it's different than challenging yourself cardiovascularly. You're challenging yourself in the amount of weight that you are moving. So we're gonna do an upper body workout today with a little bit of core focus as well. I have some 12-pound dumbbells. I do not work out at home. I work here, I live here. I have to go elsewhere in order to get into that state, it's part of my routine. But if I were at the gym, I would be using different weights for the different movements. When you start to strength train, you have this little bit of a learning curve. So, if you do this workout once and it's not challenging, increase your weights so that the next time you do it, it is challenging. And that's another great thing about strength training, is that you can monitor your progress by how much weight you're moving around. So we're no longer just focused on like the number on the scale going down, but we're seeing our progress in terms of our accomplishments and our abilities. So this first little circuit, we've got 3 movements. We're going to do a dumbbell chest press, a single arm dumbbell row, and then a plank hold. Since I don't have a bench at home, I'm gonna use my exercise ball. Grab your dumbbells in each hand and roll your upper back onto your ball. If you have a bench, lay back on your bench. Take a 90-degree bend at your elbows. Your wrists are right over the elbows. Gaze is up at the ceiling, and you're gonna press your knuckles towards the sky. Lower down, press up. Lower and press up. Now, as you are pressing up, I want you to squeeze right in between your chest and also squeeze that spot right at your armpits where your arms meet your chest. And we're gonna do about 15 to 20 reps here. I want you to control the weight on the way up and control the weight on the way down. Now, after you do your 15 to 20 chest presses, you're gonna take one weight and come into a lunge position, 1 foot forward, the other leg back. It's kind of like a warrior 1 stance for those of you that practice yoga. Gently rest your left hand on your left thigh, have the weight in your right hand, and you're gonna pull your elbow back. So you're gonna reach down and pull. Shoulders square to the ground. Keep the shoulder blade onto the back, but feel a stretch in the lat. Press, pull, press, pull. Low belly draws in, your core is engaged. Make sure you're not collapsing in the low back and sticking your butt out, but the spine is nice and long. So again, 15 to 20 on the right, and then 15 to 20 on the left. And then to get that little bit of core element, come down to the ground and hold a plank for 45 seconds to a minute. Shoulders right under the wrist or elbows underneath the shoulders. Legs are strong back behind you. Long line from the crown of your head all the way back through your heels. Once your minute is up, then you're gonna start back at the top with your chest press, a single arm row, and then your plank hold. Do that 3 to 4 rounds, depending on how much time you have. Now our next little circuit, we're gonna do a military press, an upright row, and then side plank. So for military press, it's basically a shoulder press. You can do this seated or standing. I'm gonna demo it seated. We start again with that 90-degree bend in our elbows. Wrists are right over the elbows. Push the weights overhead, lower back down. Press, pull, press, pull. Stop once your elbows come in line with those shoulders again. And keep your elbows in line with, your wrists in line with the elbows. Navel stays in. Look out for your ribs poking out, but keep your core nice and braced. So again, 15 to 20 of these. Then you're going to keep your weights. Stand up if you are sitting down, and we're going to do an upright row. So start with your weights in front of you, palms face in, knuckles roll down, and you're just going to pull the weights up the body and try and get your elbows higher than your shoulders. Lift, lower, lift, lower. This is a nice little superset or circuit because you really feel your shoulders working. Again, 15 to 20. Don't just let those weights drop. Control up, control down, control up, control down. And then our final movement of this little circuit is a side plank. 30 to 60 seconds, depending on where you're at with your planks. You could do these as a high side plank on your hand, or you could do it down on your forearm. Really lift that top hip towards the sky. 30 on the right, to 60 on the right, and then 30 to 60 seconds on the left. And then start right back up at the top with your military press. Upright row, side plank, side plank. Our last circuit here, we're going to do bicep curls, dumbbell pullovers, and then a little bit of core work again. So with your bicep curls, in case you're not familiar, palms face forward, elbows underneath the shoulders, curl, release, curl, release. The one thing that I want you to look out for is moving your body to move the weight, okay? Take the momentum out of it. Different than kettlebell swings. In kettlebell swings, we want the momentum. When we're sculpting our guns like this, no momentum. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. 15 to 20 reps. Think about the muscle that you're working. So the bicep. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. And then you're gonna grab your bench or your ball for your dumbbell pullover. So dumbbell pullovers work the lats, the muscles that are in your upper back, the outside muscles. You're gonna take your weights overhead. I like to press my weights together. Start with your weight right over your throat or your upper chest. Reach the weights back, but don't let the shoulders come up towards the ears. Squeeze the lats to bring the weights back over your throat. So inhale back and then exhale up. Inhale back and then exhale up. So I'm gonna show you a couple things with this. It's really easy to, when you take those weights overhead, to bring your shoulders by your ears, but keep the shoulders locked down the back. So these are the lats. When you do a lat pullover, this is where you wanna feel the work, not up here. So if you need to lower the weight in order to get the feel of the movement, go ahead and do that, because we wanna make sure we're working the right muscle group. I'm sure most of you are not interested in having really thick neck and or no neck. We want a nice tapered body, right? So that when our back broadens, our waist looks smaller. So those are your dumbbell pullovers. Then we're gonna finish off with a single leg bridge lifts. Go ahead and lay back on your mat. If you guys see my Friday workouts, I do a lot of these. Extend one leg out, plant your other foot with your knee bent, and you're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. Drive through the heel. 20 on the right, and then switch. And 20 on the left. Do this little circuit 3 to 4 times. Now, this workout is gonna feel different than the HIIT workouts that I normally give you, right? You may not be as winded, you may not be as sweaty. Just because you're winded and just because you are sweaty does not necessarily mean that you had the best workout, right? It just means that the workout made you breathe heavy and it made you hot. We can work smarter and not necessarily harder, and that's why strength training is so amazing. You could go in there, get a really efficient workout, but it feels different than doing cardio, but it's just as powerful and it's just as important. Because once you're done strength training, your body is going to continue to burn calories for the next 24 to 48 hours. In addition to that, the more muscle that you have on your body, the more calories you're gonna burn when you're just sitting at your desk or watching TV or hanging out with your family. So be sure to incorporate strength training into your weekly routine. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Enjoy your workout and have a great day.